Welcome to this tutorial of renewable energy resources. In this tutorial, we will discuss Ocean Thermal Energy Conversion System, which is abbreviated as OTEC system. In the discussion, we will go through introduction of OTEC system, working of OTEC system, types of OTEC system. There are two types, open cycle and closed cycle. We will discuss them one by one. Then we will go through their advantages and disadvantages, and then their environmental impact. As the name itself suggests, ocean thermal energy means this system utilizes the thermal energy contained in the ocean. But the question is, where, from where does this energy comes in the ocean? So as we know, the most part of the surface of the earth is water, and water mainly in the oceans. So the upper surface of the ocean receives energy from the solar radiations. So the thermal energy is the indirect form of the solar energy. When the upper surface of the ocean receives energy from the sun, the one layer of the water from the upper surface is gets heated, and whereas the water at the bottom remains at a low temperature, means water at the bottom remains cold while the water at the surface gets heated up. Due to this, a temperature gradient is created between the upper part of the ocean and bottom of the ocean. So this system, means OTEC system, utilizes this temperature difference to convert this thermal energy into some useful power. The surface of water of ocean, if we go through the working, we will see the surface of water of ocean is not at a high temperature, so it cannot be converted into steam easily. The water can be converted into steam by reducing the pressure, and after passing through the turbine, this steam can be converted into water again in the condenser by using cold water from the bottom of the ocean. So if we see our conventional thermal power plants, in these steam power plants, first the water is get heated from some external source, and then this water is converted into the steam, and steam is used to run the turbine. But in this ocean thermal energy conversion system, we cannot use any external source for the heating of the water. So, and the big problem is the water of the surface is not heated to a very high temperature after receiving the solar radiation. It remains somewhere around 30 degrees centigrade. And other problem is the energy which is received from the sun is not concentrated anywhere in the ocean. It is distributed. So it is very difficult task to utilize this distributed energy. To utilize this energy, there are two means to convert this water into the steam without giving any external energy to the water. One way is to reduce the pressure in the boiler, and at this lower pressure the water gets converted into the steam even at 30 degrees centigrade. So the one way is to reduce the pressure, but there is a disadvantage of reducing the pressure. After reducing the pressure, the volume of the steam increased, and due to this increased volume, we have to maintain a large boiler to contain the steam. And to run the turbine, the pressure at the other side of the turbine is needs to be even more lower than the water at one side of the turbine. Due to this pressure difference, turbine starts rotation. So if the steam at a lower temperature at one side, then at the other side we have to reduce pressure even more to run the turbine. So there are two problems, but these two problems are eliminated and these systems are working. Now we will go to the types of OTEC system. There are two types: open cycle OTEC system and closed cycle OTEC system. First we will go through the open cycle OTEC system. In the diagram we can show at the bottom there are two layers of the water. The upper layer is warm water and the water at the bottom is cold water. The water first goes through the vacuum pump. This vacuum pump, this vacuum pump here reduces the pressure of this flash evaporator. Due to this lower pressure, the warm water is converted into the steam, and then this steam is passed here through the turbine, and this turbine converts this thermal energy into the mechanical energy, and the generator coupled with this turbine converts this mechanical energy into the electrical energy. And then after passing through the turbine, this steam passed through a condenser. In the open cycle system, this condenser uses the water, cold water from the bottom of the ocean, because the water in the bottom remains at a cold temperature. So in this condenser, the steam coming from the turbine and the cold water is coming from the bottom of the ocean, they are get mixed up, and the steam is converted into water again, and it is flushed into the ocean. So in the open cycle system, the water, cold water gets mixed up directly into the steam. Due to this, the volume of the steam decreases and lower pressure zone is created automatically. So due to this pressure difference, turbine starts rotation. There is an advantage of using this vacuum pump. The advantage is there are some dissolved gases with the water of the ocean. These gases are discharged to the atmosphere by using this vacuum pump. The other system is, if we see, the other system is closed cycle OTEC system. As we discussed, in the closed cycle OTEC system, a secondary liquid is used to be steamed. Secondary liquid, this secondary liquid may be freon, or this secondary liquid may be ammonia or propane maybe, but freon is avoided because freon is the main cause for the depletion of ozone layer. Because of this, the freon is avoided in the system, but ammonia and propane can be used as a secondary liquid. So in this system, the water from the bottom of, from the upper surface of the ocean is passed through a heat exchanger, and this heat exchanger gets the energy from heat energy from the water of the upper surface of the ocean and transfer this energy to the principal liquid here, which is maybe ammonia or propane. So the heat energy from the water is transferred to the principal liquid, and this principal liquid is then gets heated up and converted into steam. The process is same. This steam then passes through the turbine, and the thermal energy is converted into mechanical energy into the turbine, and then after passing through the turbine, it is again passed through a condenser. In the condenser, like the open cycle system, in the condenser the cold water does not comes into direct contact of this liquid. It is not mixed like the previous system. The In this system, the ammonia or whatever the vapor I am using, it is after condensation passed back to the boiler or heat exchanger. That's why it is called closed loop system. So in this system, mainly the process is same as the previous one, but water is not converted into the steam directly. Another liquid is converted into the steam by receiving the energy from the hot water. And now we will go through the advantages and disadvantages. The advantages of this system includes this plant can supply steady power without any fluctuation because energy always remains available to this system. The other advantage is this plant needs very less number of equipments. As you can see in the previous two diagrams, there are very less number of equipments are required. Here in the closed loop system, sometimes it needs filter to filter the, because when the ammonia is converted into vapor, it is not converted completely. Some of the droplets remains into the steam. So the filter is, what filter is doing, it separates the steam from its from the droplets of the ammonia. The other advantage is the plant can be constructed on the shore line or on a floating platform. This system, if it is placed at the shore line, this system needs a very long pipe to receive the water from the bottom of the sea, because at the shore the depth is not available, and cold water is available generally at the below the 1 kilometer of depth. So to get the 1 kilometer of depth, we have to place the system either somewhere in the middle of the sea, or we have to use a long pipe. So if we are using this system at the shore line, we have to use a long pipe, and if we are using a floating system in the sea, you have to use a long cable. So we have to sacrifice in one of them. The other is plant of any size and capacity can be constructed at a suitable site. Yes, it is possible to construct the plant of any capacity, but to increase the capacity you have to put a large size of boiler. You have to put more money into the system. The other one, the main advantage is clean source of energy, because we are not burning any fuel to convert the water into the steam, so it is a very clean form of the energy. Some of the disadvantages are there. Because of low temperature gradient between surface and water in the bottom of the ocean, this system has very low efficiency. But this low efficiency is not a problem at all. If we consider the temperature of the surface is somewhere around 30 degrees centigrade, and temperature of the bottom is somewhere around 10 degrees centigrade. If by using this consideration, if we are calculating the efficiency, Carnot efficiency of the system, the efficiency will come around 3.3%, which is very low. This is ideal efficiency 3.3%. If the efficiency practically we will see this efficiency will come somewhere around 2%. the efficiency is very low. But why it is not a problem? Because what I am using at the input of this system is infinite, is available infinitely. I am using it at the input the surface water of the ocean, which is available infinitely. So even at the lower efficiency, this system is very useful. So efficiency is not a big deal here. Because the other disadvantage is, because of low pressure of steam, this system requires large size of boilers, as discussed earlier. Because of low pressure, the volume of the steam increases, and to store this large volume of steam, large boilers are required. Design and maintenance of flash evaporator is a problem. Why maintenance is a problem? Because when water comes from the sea, the the water from the sea is a saline water. It contains salt in it, and also it contains microorganism of the ocean, and contains algae, like that stuff. So it is very important to clean the system at a regular basis. Long cables are required to carry electricity. It is discussed earlier that if the system is a floating system, then very large cables are required. Water from the ocean is corrosive in nature. Other one is, plant has to remove algae growth on regular basis. Other one, whole plant needs to be constructed on float, otherwise it is it would require a large pipe. Environmental impact of OTC system. Marine life can be destroyed due to water circulation. This water may, as discussed, this water may contain some organism of the ocean, and they can be destroyed. This plant releases cold water on warmer surface, due to which marine life is affected. Uh, Remember, the condenser extract the water from the bottom of the ocean, which is at a lower temperature. So the organism which are capable of living in a cold water only, when they are poured on the hot surface, they can be destroyed. Design and maintenance of flash evaporator is a problem. Long cables are required to carry electricity, and the other environmental impacts are, CO2 dissolved in hot water is discharged into the hot atmosphere. This CO2 causes greenhouse effect. So these are the some limitations of this system. In some countries, some of the disadvantages can be removed. If suppose we have to carry a long electricity cable, but if the where the electricity is used in any factory or company, if this company is also floating in the same sea, then and this disadvantage can be removed. And some industries are there which can be utilized to use the water of the sea, like the companies which are using ammonia. The water from the sea is converted into the ammonia by taking up nitrogen from the environment and using the hydrogen of the water, and oxygen is also supplied. Oxygen is also an industrial product. So H2O is converted into hydrogen and oxygen, and this hydrogen is then used to uh, produce the ammonia by taking the nitrogen from the environment. So fertilizer industry can be developed on a floating platform near this power generation. So some of the disadvantages can be removed. And also, when the water is boiled up into the boiler, the when it is converted into the steam, the salinated water is desalinized, means the salt is extracted from the water. So this is another advantage of this system. This is all about the OTC system. Thank you.